Arbroath, birthplace of Scotland, home to history, tradition, beauty, and a tiny train. Look how tiny that train is. Go, tiny train, go. Act now, and you can also ride a tiny truck. Tiny train, tiny truck, where the fun just never ends in Arbroath.
I love it in the caboose.
We'll be right back.
The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson in Scotland. Sponsored by Allegra. Fast, non-drowsy allergy relief that starts working in 1 hour.
It's hard to stay up, it's been a long, long day, and you've got the Sandman at your door. But hang on, leave the TV on, and let's do it anyway. It's okay, you can always sneak through a tomorrow, okay? Hey, tomorrow's just your future yesterday.
The Late Late Show in Scotland. Starring Mila Kunis, Rashida Jones, First Minister of Scotland Alex Salmon, David Sedaris, Ariel Tweto, Weird Cows. Music by The Imagineers. Arbroath fish merchant Bill Spain. Introducing Jordan Malone as Young Craig. With Secretariat and Jeff Peterson as Jeff Peterson. And now, Craig Ferguson. Boom.
It's a great day for America, everybody. It's a great day for me. I am in Arbroath in Scotland, which is a town about 80 miles north of Edinburgh. The nearest big town to here is Dundee, which is named after the great Scottish folk hero Crocodile Dundee. Arbroath is famous for two things. It is the ancient capital of Scotland, and it's where you get Arbroath Smokies. The Arbroath Smoky is a national treasure. It is the tastiest morsel to come out of Scotland since Susan Boyle. The smoky is a fish. They salt it overnight, and then they leave it out another night to dry, and then hang it in a big smoky barrel. By the way, this is Bill. He's not Big Smoky Barrel, although I think it might be his singing name. When smokies are done, they're so tender, they literally melt in your mouth. Going to Arbroath without trying a smoky would be like going to New York City without trying the pizza, or going to Miami without trying the cocaine. Now, you should never confuse a smoky with a snooky. One is a fishy little thing that always smells of smoke, and the other one's a smoky. That was pretty funny, wasn't it? I think this may be the first time I've ever worn sunglasses in Arbroath, in Scotland. And I used to come here for vacations when I was a kid. Although, when I came here when I was about 10 years old, I remember it as being a dark and rainy town. One year we came here, it rained for almost 2 weeks solid. But because we were on the beach, my mother made us wear sunscreen. But this was Scotland in the 1970s. There was no sunscreen, there was only lard. I'm beginning to suspect that Scotland isn't dark and rainy, that it's just my memories that are dark and rainy, which leads me to believe that the Scottish people are correct. I am, in fact, a jerk.
It's Michael Caine in space in Scotland.
To have a really great sex life, you have to have imagination. That's why the most important organ for sex is not, in fact, the penis, but up here, the ears. Girls love that. You rub up against them. It feels like you're tickling them and listening at the same time. They love it. They love it. When you go up and you go like that, on a girl, on her bits, she's like, oh, he's listening to me, and he's doing his duty.
You're welcome, stoners. Oh, yeah. What's up, dog? So many rooms walking around's a hassle, but yo, let's chillax in Prince Charles Castle. Who's got bad teeth?
When I'm in my trophy room, I feel like a man. And today it's you. Come with me. No, not you.
Get some dental care, biatch. Arbroath, Scotland's vacation getaway. Unless you want to get away from Craig, then you're screwed because he's here. At least he's got Rashida Jones with him.
Beautiful, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
See these swans over there?
Yeah.
Don't get too close to them.
Why?
Because swans are, they're very aggressive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and also they're a bit like flamingos. They smell really bad.
Really?
Yeah, you know how flamingos smell really bad?
I've never been that close to a
Oh,
flamingo.
yeah, they smell really bad. It's disgusting.
Have you had a relationship with a flamingo?
Not a relationship really as much
Just a
as
night?
just... Yeah, no, it wasn't a night. It was... Well, I've had some evenings with people dressed similarly
Right.
to flamingos.
We live in L.A.
Yeah, that was before then. There's a lot of people in London dressed as flamingos.
Really?
In the 80s, being dressed as a flamingo was a very big deal.
Do they
But
smell?
anyway, flamingos smell because when they get hot, they pee on their legs
Oh.
to cool themselves off. I do that too.
Is that why you took your
That's
shoes
why
off?
I do. No, I'm enjoying the heat. Do you know what drives girls crazy though? See that probably turns you on, right?
Sock marks?
The mark of the sock.
You know how you get rid of those?
Well,
Hairbrush.
I don't want to get rid of it.
Oh,
That's
right.
the kind of thing girls really go nuts for.
You have adorable feet, I have
know.
to tell you.
Thanks. I'm kind of like a shaved hobbit.
They're like 8-year-olds' feet.
Yeah, well, they're indoors a lot of the time, my
Yeah,
feet.
yeah.
And I think that if your feet get weathered, for example, if you work on a boat. Have you ever worked on a boat?
Work on a boat? No. I've been on a boat.
You've been on a boat?
Yeah, I haven't worked on a boat.
That swan's getting pretty close. I'm a little concerned. That could peck us.
It's got eyes for me.
Have you ever been pecked?
No, I've been pecked by a chicken.
No way.
Yeah.
On a beach?
No, I had a photo shoot with a chicken.
And it pecked you?
Yeah.
What a bastard. I know. What were you doing a photo shoot with a chicken for?
Oh, it's a long story. What's going on over there on top of your head?
Oh, it's a handkerchief to keep the deadly sun's rays off my head.
Is that like a traditional
Very British
Scottish?
thing, yeah. It's like what we do is we like to roll our trouser legs up, paddle in the water, and wear a handkerchief on our heads. This is the kind of look that frightened the Nazis off. When the Nazis came to the beach and they saw a bunch of British people, they were like, "These people are clearly insane! Quick, back to Germany!" And they all went back. This is the real, the British person on vacation. This is it.
Right. This beach, have you been here before?
Yeah, I used to come here when I was a kid.
You did?
Yeah. It was beautiful. I loved it here.
Did you
Where
learn
did
how
you
to
go on
swim?
vacation when you were a kid? Because you grew up in California.
I
Where the
did,
hell can
yeah.
you go?
We'd go to Hawaii.
That's just like the same, except with spam. Have you had anything nice to eat since you've been here?
Oh, you know what I had?
What?
A Scottish tablet.
Oh, that's like, you be careful, your dentist will go crazy.
I know.
That's pure evil in sugar form.
Evil and heaven at the same time.
It's very, very rough. I mean, if they could market that to street junkies,
Yeah.
they'd go crazy for it. Because
Yeah.
it's really like crystal meth.
It is like crystal meth.
Yeah.
It's condensed crack.
Yeah.
Delicious. Why don't we have that
What do you mean? No?
in California?
Well,
Or
I
now,
think it would
too.
probably, you know that haggis is illegal in America.
Oof,
You cannot
well,
import haggis into
is that
America.
true?
Yeah. Yeah, because if you brought haggis into America, people would sense how delicious it was and cease to eat other types of meat.
No, that's not true. I've
All
had
right,
it.
well, the
I've
other
had
thing
it.
is it doesn't meet the U.S. requirement
It's
for
a
actual food.
It's very, very low American requirements.
A
for
little bit,
food.
yeah. It's just like, what you do is you run a sheep over, and then whatever's left on the road, scrape it into a bag and cook it.
I can't imagine why they wouldn't want that in the States.
At least that's what people think. It's not true, though. Haggis
I've
is
had
actually,
it. It's
You didn't like it?
no, maybe because I knew what it was.
Yeah, see, everyone gets all kind of hung up on what it is. It's actually delicious. It's just like sausage.
It's not just like sausage. I don't agree with that.
Really?
No.
When did you get all frosty with me? You used to be such good friends. Your body language went weird, and you were like, "No, it's not like a sausage." And
Look, I'll do better.
yeah, I could, I know these swans. I could have them like, peck you.
Don't do that.
No, I wouldn't.
Tell me about your bathing costume when you were a kid. Did you have a bathing costume?
It was the 1960s when I was a kid, so everyone was trying to look like Sean Connery in Thunderball.
Right.
But I didn't really have the equipment to be Thunderball. I was more just like...
What do you mean by equipment?
Well,
you didn't have
I was a
Thunderballs?
10-year-old boy, and it was a cold beach. You know, so I looked more like...
Thunder
Ursula
Pebbles?
Andress in Dr. No. I would strap a dagger to my leg and go pearl fishing. It's very beautiful here, though. Look at that. Isn't that
It's
nice?
beautiful, yeah.
Gosh, it's lovely. I think it's weird because I remember this place as being so... There's a Scottish word. It's called dreich.
Dreich.
Dreich. It means that, like, kind of, you know, rainy and wet and
Yeah.
cold and
Yeah.
miserable. It's not like that at all. I think I'm an idiot.
No, no. Let's not jump to conclusions. I think that it probably is like that sometimes, and then days like this erase your whole memory
Right.
of that. And then the minute it rains again, it's off. You're like, oh, this is terrible. I can't believe I ever liked it.
I think that's possibly true, but I think more likely is that I'm selective in my memory. Are
Yeah.
you selective in your memory?
Very much so.
See, and I think I remember bad things easier than I remember good things.
But apparently the human brain is conditioned to remember pleasure and not pain.
Yeah, I think mine's wired the wrong way. I think I remember pain and not pleasure. This whole trip to Scotland, I can't tell you how lovely it is, how great the people are, how beautiful the towns are, how
You're feeling
nice
nostalgic.
I'm just shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that my memory is completely wrong.
Maybe it's that little hat. Maybe that little hat is making you feel good about
I
everything.
think that's what it is. I think if you wear a little hat like this, it's very hard to be unhappy.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you want to wear it?
I do want to wear
Yeah,
it.
I'll let you wear it.
Thanks.
There you are. Put it on. See? Don't you feel good? You feel good.
Actually, very comforting.
It's very comfortable.
I really like it.
We should market these.
That's a good idea.
All right.
50-50?
No.
Oh.
No, it's my idea.
Oh.
We'll call it the anti-Nazi hat.
Yes.
All right. 50-50. Now that you said yes, like that. 50-50. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Arbroath Abbey. Did you know this place is 1,000 years old? When I heard that, I was like, damn, that is one old-ass building. Tell us more, Craig.
The Declaration of Arbroath was really a letter written to the Pope in 1320. Basically, it said, "Dear Pope, first of all, nice hat. Second of all, Scotland is independent from England and we have the right to defend it." The Pope looked it over and said, all right, I will write a letter to the King of England to tell him to leave you alone. The Pope at that time was French. That's why he sounds a bit like Gerard Depardieu. Of course, he would never pee on a plane. Now, it's been argued that the Declaration of Arbroath is history's first example of support for popular sovereignty, that kings should be chosen by the people, because up until that point, kings were chosen by a reality show competition called So You Want to Marry a Queen, which I think is still running on Bravo. Although now it's called House Hunters International.
You know what this show could use right now? A little class. So please welcome First Minister of Scotland, Alex Salmond.
First Minister, we're here. First Minister's right, isn't it?
First Minister's perfect, yeah.
All right. We're here in Arbroath Abbey, which was the site of the original Declaration of Independence for Scotland. Is that right?
Yeah, 450 years before the American one.
And the American one, I believe, was modelled a little bit on the Scottish one. Is that right?
That's right. In fact, there's a Senate resolution which says exactly that from the 1998, and I think it's a pretty fair guess. You know, about half of the signatories to the American Declaration were Scots, and Jefferson himself, you know, the main author of the American Declaration of Independence, because he claimed to be descended from Robert the Bruce. So it would seem likely that he was very aware of the Declaration of Independence.
In an independent Scotland, which of course you're championing and what you know is what you're working to achieve. What is the role of the relationship between an independent Scotland that you propose and the United States of America? What would that look like?
Friendly.
Friendly would be a good idea, I think.
Very good idea.
I mean, what happens with NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty? Does the American military work here?
Well, we don't actually have American bases at the present moment, but Scotland,
would we?
Scotland would cooperate the same way as through Partners for Peace, Ireland does at the present moment, or
Right.
Sweden does. So, I mean, Scotland would be part of that Western nexus of nations, and we'd have the firmest and strongest of relationships with the United States of America. I mean, after all, if we provided some of the inspiration for the American Declaration of Independence, we've got some historical claim, and after all, for providing Craig Ferguson, and then we've got some modern claim to fame.
I don't think that that's going to get you anywhere with the American public, but...
Oh, I don't undersell yourself, Craig, come on.
Now, what about nationalism is an emotive issue, I think, isn't it? It's not really a political one, or is it? I mean, you're an economist by training, right? So presumably the ramifications of an independent Scotland economically are something you're familiar with.
Well, I mean, I don't think you should look at it just in money terms, but I mean, if you wanted to look at it in money terms, we'd go from the 16th most prosperous country in the world to number 6. So we'd go up 10 places if you were just looking at it in financial terms. Why? Because I mean, Scotland has got massive natural resources, oil, gas.
You get to keep all that.
Well, we get to keep the stuff that's Scottish, the geographical share. Get to keep the stuff that's off the Scottish coast. The stuff off the English coast would
So
go
we're
to
talking
England.
about oil.
Well, I mean, not just oil, man. I mean, oil and gas, renewable energy, water, which is one of the great resources of the coming century. Scotland has plenty of water. I mean, our mutual friend Sean Connery once said that all Scotland needed was a good roof.
Now, there's another thing. I mean, Sean Connery's famously pro-independence, isn't he? But he doesn't live here. Does that have a bearing on it? I mean, I will take no public position on it because I don't live here. You know, I think it's, in a weird way, it's not really my fight.
Yeah, but I mean, there are 50 million Scots, and like yourself and Sean Connery, people either Scottish born or Scottish ancestry who live worldwide. I mean, they're all part of the Scottish family. I mean, even people who've got only remote connections with Scotland, generally speaking, have a good feeling towards Scotland. That is the most extraordinary asset internationally.
It's an amazing place, but I mean, my history
The
may be
second
wrong.
greatest country in the world.
I never said the second greatest country. I said the other greatest country in the world.
Very good, yeah.
I may be naive, but I'm not stupid. Now, the thing is about the union of Scotland and the rest of the UK, England and Wales and a part of Ireland, and let's not get into that argument, but to my history may be wrong, but wasn't it our idea, kind of, anyway? Wasn't it, you know, through James I and then the Union of Parliaments and the banking boys in Edinburgh saying, you know, this is a huge resource that we can actually use? Wasn't it really Scottish politicians, bankers and clergy that created this union in the first place?
Well, it certainly was the Scottish monarchy which
Right.
took over the English monarchy, but Scotland and England had 100 years as independent countries sharing the same monarch, which is what we propose
Is that
now.
what you proposed?
Yeah, but, you know, before the Union of the Parliaments, and whoever this idea of the Union of the Parliaments was, it certainly wasn't the Scottish people's idea. I mean, if it had been put to a vote, if you'd had democracy in Scotland in the early 18th century, like democracy came to America in the late 18th century, then the idea of an incorporating union would have been shot down in flames. So it wasn't the people's idea. And, you know, this Abbey, this declaration of Arbroath, I mean, what was the actual significance? This declaration here, way back in the 14th century, was the first declaration, probably, certainly in European history, probably in world history. It said, look, the people are significant, and, you know, the people have a role in this, not just the monarchs, the kings, the prelates, the bardens, but the people. And that was the aspect.
So you're
which
saying it was the
transferred to
birth
America.
of Enlightenment thought, perhaps?
Well, certainly it's the birth of a kind of collective democracy, a community of the realm, as they called it. And later on, of course, Scotland contributed massively to the intellectual advance of the 18th century, which again was part of the engine behind American independence. You know, see, this independence thing, it's a very catching idea.
What about people who love Scotland but want to love it inside a United Kingdom? Are they less patriotic Scotsmen than yourself?
No. people have the right to express their politics and the right to express their identity. I mean, what we're proposing is a new type of democracy for Scotland, where we control not just some things, which we do now, thanks to the Scottish Parliament coming back, but we control not just education and health, but the economy and our international relationships. But people can have different views of what's right and what's wrong. They're still patriotic Scots. I think what's best for Scotland is to have the people living in Scotland making the decisions about Scotland. I think that's the essence of democracy. That's my view. That's why I think Scotland should be independent. But people are entitled to disagree. In fact, they've got a...
I'm sure they will.
If we have a written constitution in Scotland, which I think would be a good idea, they'll have a constitutional right to disagree.
That sounds familiar. What about so the royal family take the monarchy continue in an independent Scotland, much in the same way I imagine in Canada or in those places that used to be colonies. Is that right?
Well, that's right. I mean, the Queen's actually head of state 16 countries around the world at the present moment, so it'd be nice to make it 17.
This is a great way of doing this. So that way you get an independent Scotland and you get your knighthood. This is good. I
may have burnt my boats as far as the night is concerned, but Sean Connery's right. But you're a lord. You play a lord in an upcoming
in
marvelous
a
Disney film. You're Lord Macintosh.
That's true. Now,
your lordship.
If you give me a real lordship, that might be worth more to me than much as I love working for Disney.
Well, I could make a laird or a thane, perhaps. A thane of Scotland.
Thane of Glams, Thane of Cawdor, and King hereafter. That could be bad for me. Didn't that end badly for the last guy that wanted
I'll
that?
tell you what, then. I'll make you what William Wallace was, as of Braveheart, a guardian of Scotland. I like that phrase, a guardian of Scotland. I think I might settle for that incident.
And is that what you are, do you think? A guardian of Scotland? Is that how you see yourself?
Well, I think I'll just stick with the title First Minister, but I like this elected bit, you know. I mean, I've got a preference for being elected as opposed to appointed.
I think that's very civilised of you, First Minister, and very American, if I may say so. It's really a joy. Thanks so much for giving us your time today and talking to us in Arbroath Abbey. It's a lovely spot. Good luck.
And great to have you back.
Thanks.
Welcome back. Ah, smell that fresh Scottish air. Why, look who it is. It's Craig and his gay robot pal, Jeff. Well, let's see what they're up to.
You know, I can make a bagpipe noise.
Do it.
Have you heard it?
No, do
really, really good.
All right. That sounds like your cat noise.
Yeah.
All right, do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I can make a bagpipe noise with my bum.
Oh, I'd like to hear that.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
That's phenomenal.
Thanks. It sounds very like yours, doesn't it?
I have to say you have great control.
All right, well, I'll do it again. You ready?
Yeah.
Do you know though? Sometimes I do it and another noise comes out.
Oh, which noise is that? Do it again.
I can never tell.
No, do it again.
I can never tell what noise it's going to be.
Do it again.
All right then. Exactly.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Are you kidding me right now?
I'll do it again. I'll do it again. All right, you ready? Yeah. There you go.
You have tonality as well.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's muscle control.
You should do that on the show.
No. Some things have got to be for just us.
In the 1980s, a young Craig Ferguson came to Glasgow's Tron Theatre to launch his showbiz career. 20 years later, Craig returns to the same stage to show his countrymen how little he's accomplished.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Tron Theatre in Glasgow, Scotland, where my first guest tonight is the adorable, the talented, the sexy, the American Mila Kunis, everybody. Mila Kunis. Yeah! Come sit down. Welcome, Mila.
Wow.
Nice. You look great.
Oh, well, thanks. I didn't change. I saw you earlier.
You didn't see me earlier. This is the first time we met since we've been in Scotland. Did you see Jet?
I see him. He's like, no.
How are you? You enjoying
I'm so
Scotland?
good. I am.
You were going to go and buy a kilt.
I was, and then I was told that we're gonna go buy one in Edinburgh. So then.
Don't mention Edinburgh here.
Oh.
Wait, she didn't know! Give her a second chance!
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
no, that's all right. Have you ever been to Scotland before?
No.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's so nice.
Aren't the people lovely?
People are great. It's beautiful. It's easy to walk around. It's easy to get around.
Yes.
The food is actually kind of delicious.
No, you've gone too far. You've gone too far. We were right with you. Right up till you went, the food
I'm
is
not
good.
saying that I think that people should eat haggis all day long, but the fish and chips are great.
Fish and chips are very good.
How easily they just got bought with fish and chips.
Yeah. As long as you
It's
say,
like nothing.
if you say their food is delicious and that haggis isn't that good, they'll be fine.
Wow.
But haggis is haggis is like sausage. Some of it
It's
is.
not sausage.
Yes.
No.
No?
It smells funny. No, it's not sausage. Hold on. Sausage is like, isn't haggis like a sheep intestine stuffed with like leftovers?
Yes. What is a sausage?
Things I don't want to know about.
Right. Well.
So I'd rather just eat sausage because I'm gonna be ignorant and not know what goes in it, but I know what goes into a haggis and it's really gross.
Well, but the only difference between haggis and a sausage is honesty. Honesty. All right. Are you going to go and see anything exciting about you? Are you going to go and see Edinburgh Castle? Everyone goes there.
Yes.
Did somebody just hiss Edinburgh Castle?
Yeah.
It is part of Scotland.
What's the history? Why do they hate each other?
Well, Glasgow and Edinburgh are kind of like, it's a little kind of Boston, New York. It's kind of Yankee socks thing. What?
Did you say your... I thought she said her
I don't know,
ass
she
is
said
bigger,
something
but I'm
in
pretty
that
sure it's not what she said.
What did she say?
Our ass is bigger, but I know that...
I'm sorry. Ass is bigger. Yeah. I have no idea what she said. I don't understand the accent anymore, but I think they're getting more drunk. Do you have trouble with the accent here?
No.
Really?
No. Well, my family have accents, so it's not like the craziest thing.
They have Glasgow accents?
No, but you know, an accent's an accent, it's fine.
They're not all the same. That's a ridiculous
Yeah, they
thing to say.
are.
You say an accent's an
I think
accent.
once you have an ear for hearing funny things constantly, it doesn't sound that crazy. Honestly, come on now. No?
I think you just insulted everybody in the room.
No?
So, are you going anywhere else after Scotland? Are you going to go over to Russia and see family or anything?
No.
Well, what are you going to do? Are you just going straight back to America?
Yeah, well, I was in Paris last weekend.
Oh, Paris is lovely.
It was
Except
really
there's
nice.
French people there. I did notice that. Did you notice that?
Those French people, I ignored them. I just,
Right.
I focused on Paris.
When you ignore the French people and then they say, why are you ignoring us? You can say, well, you started it.
Why do they sound like they're German?
Was that? You think my French accent sounds German?
A little bit.
Well, that very nearly happened. Oh, sorry. I nearly dragged your...
I know.
But I don't want to catch your sore throat. Don't do that.
Are you drunk?
I don't know what to say. I think that woman thinks that coughing on someone is a sign of courtship in Scotland.
What if that's
you,
how...
you go up to someone in an elevator, and if you find them attractive, you go...
Ooh, hey.
Yeah, hey!
Hey.
You liked that, didn't you? Right, we're out of time. So what do you want? You want an awkward pause, a mouth organ, or a big cash prize?
Big cash prize.
All right. What time is it, Shadow Stevens?
It's time for the Big Scottish Prize.
Big Scottish prize. That was awesome there for the Scottish audience joined in. And, not really. All right, look at that. £50.
Yeah.
£50 in pound coins in a bag with a pound sign on it, like the burglars actually use over
With
here.
the dollar sign.
No.
But
Here
it's
they use a pound sign.
Yeah.
Like burglars will come into your house and leave like this.
That's not very threatening. It's a very small...
That's where you feel the weight of that.
Oh, that's a lie.
Yeah.
Thanks. No, I'm kidding.
Now, you got to answer the question. Well, there's two ways to win. You can actually answer the question, or you can guess what's in my box. Here's how this works. I imagine something that's in my head in a box, but I don't know what's in the box. Only Jeff knows what's in the box. And then if you get it right, that's great. And if you get it wrong, I hit you with this.
What? Okay, deal. Fine, great.
Iceland is in the North Atlantic. Its capital city is Reykjavik. Which of the following is not a famous Scottish soccer team? Right?
Oh.
Not.
Not a famous... Okay, go ahead.
A, Partick Thistle. Shut up. B, Dumbarton. C, the Dundee Rogues.
I'm gonna go with that one.
There's a trick question. None of these teams is a famous Scottish soccer team. But they'll know the Dundee Rogues.
Dundee Rogues.
Dundee Rogues, 50 Scottish pounds. Mila
To see more of The Late Late Show in Scotland, visit cbs.com/Scotland.
Wow, you're still watching. Hungry? Craig sure is, and he's brought Ariel Tweto from the Discovery Channel to the perfect spot in Arbroath for an afternoon bite.
Bill, this is my friend Ariel, and this is Ariel, this is Bill.
Nice to meet you, dear.
Ariel,
Nice to meet
Ariel's
you.
from Alaska. She knows how to smoke fish too.
Yeah.
All right. But it's not as good as mine.
No, I bet it is. I don't know. I haven't had yours yet.
Is this similar to the way that you smoke fish in Unilaliquid?
Sort of. Ours is smaller, and it's in a smaller shack.
All right, okay.
What kind of fish is it?
It's haddock.
Haddock?
Yeah. It smokes as haddock. It just takes half an hour to smoke them, so.
Have you ever made stink flipper?
No.
Do you know? Tell me about stink flipper.
It's a flipper of a seal.
All
and then
right.
we get the seal flipper and put it in a basket in grass and then put it in the ground for like 6 months
All
and
right.
let it ferment and then you eat it.
All right.
So come to Alaska and then we'll try it.
As I say on the north to Alaska, as the song goes, eh?
North to Alaska. You should sing it.
Yeah. Can you sing it?
I used to be able to sing it.
North to Alaska, go north for us is home.
Well, no, now.
How long does it take to smoke a fish?
Half an hour.
Half an hour and then it's ready?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
All right.
What do you put on it? Anything?
Just salt.
Just salt?
Is there a secret recipe though? Is there like a secret way of doing it?
No, there's no secret way. I'll give you a taste of this.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, he's got some over there.
I like your boots, Bill.
Yeah, they're nice, Bill. They're very nice.
Yeah, now. This my salmon.
This is?
Yep,
Ooh, I want to
that's
try
it.
this one with the spice.
Yeah, just break a bit off.
You just with your fingers?
Yeah.
I like eating with my fingers. That's all we eat at home.
right.
Cheers. Are you going to have
Cheers.
some?
I've had some already.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
It's so good.
that's really good.
Better than your salmon, eh?
Oh,
Almost. What do you put on it?
oh. It's just smoke.
Just a little damp salt.
What kind of smoke is it?
I smoke them in there as well.
Yeah. But is it like a special type of wood or something?
It's got to be hardwood.
Hardwood?
Yeah. Oak and beech is the best, so.
This is amazing.
That's
Lovely,
really
eh?
good.
So good.
Do you find that when you leave and go outside, you smell of fish all day?
No.
No, you don't.
Really?
No, not
Doesn't
really.
attract the ladies? I should make a perfume that smells like fish and I'll attract all the Scottish men.
All right.
Yeah? That's a good idea, huh?
Look at that.
Yeah, just a minute, please.
I know. Do you need the water?
Nope.
No?
No, all right. See?
No.
You think you know about smoking fish. You don't know
Yeah.
so much. You ain't such hot.
Haggis.
Whatever.
I'm going
Hey.
to this.
No.
What?
Oh, wow.
Oh. You just eat them
Bones
like
and
that?
all?
Have
You
a taste.
just
That's
eat it?
not maybe too hot now, just watch.
I like it when it's hot. Oh, it's slimy. Oh my god.
Good?
That's maybe the best thing I've ever had in
Yeah.
my mouth.
That's amazing.
No, it is.
How do you eat the
You
skin?
eat the skin?
No.
No, you
No?
don't eat the
You
skin.
can eat it if you're hungry.
Well, Ariel, you know, what they have to do is they have to eat all of it, right? You
I
have to
know, I
eat
know.
the skin and you make a hut out of the
good.
bones
When
and
the
stuff.
Chinese over here just
All
now.
right, put it over.
Oh my god, this is so good.
I say we grab let's grab a row of fish and get out of here.
You should, huh?
Yeah, while he's over there.
Did you know Glasgow has a thriving music scene? Craig was part of it in the 80s. Not that he remembers. But here's a local band Craig found that nobody's gonna forget.
The band are with us all week, the Imagineers, with Spanish Sands, everybody. Spanish Sands.
Ivy wise and in love, no, not at the same time. hearts are score. All the young heads and heavy hearts, they show love is dead. Forsaken Spanish sands, they set my feeling free. Oh, there was a hole in my fire, but now I see, now we see. I hear the Spanish sands, another day, there won't be very long before I go. I hear the Spanish sands, another day, there won't be very long before I go. Spanish sands, another day, there won't be very long before I go. I choose the Scottish lands, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. There won't be very long before I go.
Now, let's check in with Craig and Ariel as they live the high life. Get it? High? Because they're on a plane? Yeah, that's stupid.
I love that British Airways gives the first class passengers pajamas.
No, I love them.
Isn't it great? I was a bit shocked though, because I thought if first class you should be allowed to sleep in the nude, but that would be. It didn't mean anything like that.
Living large.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Craig? He thinks he's great, but he's not great. He's an arse. We gotta go. Good night, everybody. Say good night, Jeff.
Good night, Jeff.
Good night.
Oh, man.
All right, let's get out of here. We're not gonna catch it.
All right.
All right, you wrap everything up. I'll meet you in the car.
All right.
All right.